Welcome to the channel Smart Kiddos. My name is Pratiksha, and today we're going to continue in the Scratch It series, teaching Scratch It coding for kids and beginners. Very simple. So in the previous videos, I taught you how to code in Scratch It, and I also created a playlist which teaches Python for kids and beginners. Very simple. So if you haven't seen those videos, please do check them out later. What are we going to learn today in this video? Today we're going to learn how to make a Pong game in Scratch. So let's start.
First, I'm gonna rename this project to Pong Game. Now let's choose the sprite. I'm gonna delete Scratchcat and go to the Scratch library. You can choose whatever sprite you want, but I'm gonna choose the basketball.
Alright, this sprite is going to be the sprite that will bounce. So let's make this basketball bounce. So first I'm going to drag when clicked block for the basketball. So go to events and drag when clicked. So when clicked, we want something to happen, right? We want this ball here to move to the right. Okay, first we want that to happen. So to do that, let's go to motion and drag, move 10 steps. Now move 10 steps means it will move to the right. Let's click on the green flag. Now, it only moves once, right? When I click on the green flag multiple times, you can see it's moving all the way to the right. But how can we make sure that whenever we click on the green flag, it moves all the way to the right in one go? How can we do that? How can we make it go in motion? We have to drag a forever loop. So go to control section, drag a forever loop, and make sure the move 10 steps is inside the forever loop. Let's run the code. Yay! So you can see it went to the right side. But we want the ball to bounce, right? Not only stop here. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag a special block. So let's go to motion section first. And we're going to drag this block. Now, you can see the ball in action. Let me stop the program. So if on edge, meaning it touches the edge of the white part or white square here, it should bounce, right? So you can see it's bouncing in a straight horizontal line. Although this is cool, this is boring, right? We want the ball to move in different directions so that it will be a fun Pong game. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag point in direction from the motion section. So point in direction, and I'm going to put this before the loop. Now, the direction is currently 90. You can see here it says 90 for the ball. But let's make it 40. Okay? I'm going to change it to 40. So now the ball will bounce randomly. Let's see what happens. When I click on the green flag, you can see it is bouncing randomly because the ball's direction is 40.
Now let's make the paddle. I'm gonna select the rectangle tool and change the fill to blue. Then I'm gonna make my rectangle.
Now remember, this is a new sprite and this is going to be the paddle.
I have renamed the sprite to paddle. Make sure the paddle is longer than the ball. Let's start with the code. I want this paddle to follow my mouse pointer if the mouse is moving right or left. So I'm gonna drag when the green flag is clicked. Let's go to motions and go to the very bottom and drag set X to. Now we want to set the X to the mouse pointer. So it will follow my mouse pointer.
And remember, this is set X, so it's only the horizontal line.
Now let's drag a forever loop. Wow, that's so cool!
Okay, but there's a problem in this. Whenever I click on the green flag and whenever the basketball touches the paddle, you see it's not bouncing back. We need to make sure the ball bounces back. So to do that, go to the basketball sprite, okay, and drag when clicked. Now, drag an if statement. So go to control section. If, then go to sensing section. If touching the paddle, we want the ball to bounce back. So first we want the ball to change its direction. Add this block over here from the motion section. Turn. Okay, make sure this is the sign. Turn 180 degrees. 180 degrees means the opposite direction. Okay, so the ball will turn to the opposite direction. And what we wanted to do next is move. Okay, so move means it will just move a little bit away from the paddle. Okay, now make sure to have a forever loop so that this code will work whenever we run the program. Okay, now let's run the program. Okay, yay, you can see it bounces back.
It looks a bit boring. Let's add a backdrop. I'm gonna go to the backdrop library and choose. I know. Blue sky too. Awesome. But how does the game end? Well, let's create a new sprite. I selected the rectangle tool and let's change the fill to this blue. You can either select the same color or go to the backdrop, click over here and select this tool. Then we just click on the backdrop and it gets the exact color. Now let's go to sprite 1 and make a very, very thin rectangle.
So why we have made this light blue rectangle is whenever the ball goes all the way down, the player misses the ball, it doesn't touch the paddle, it should be game over. So we want it to touch the end. That is why we have made a blue rectangle so that no one can see it and we can make sure that the game can end.
I have renamed the sprite to end. Also, drag the rectangle at the very bottom.
The light blue rectangle.
Okay, let's start with the code. Let's go to events and drag when the flag is clicked. Let's drag a forever loop and let's drag a if condition. So if it touches the basketball, then we want it to stop all. So we can go to control and scroll to the very bottom. We'll see stop all. And let's drag it over here. So if we miss the ball, it will stop all.
Yes, it'll stop all the code for every sprite.
Awesome. Let us add a variable. Let's go to variables over here and let's make our very own variable. This variable is going to be called score. And make sure you click on for all sprites. Whenever the paddle touches the ball, the score should increase by 1. So let's add change score by 1. And when click, let's set this variable to 0.
Yes, and remember, this code is for the basketball sprite.
Let us make a game over backdrop. Click on backdrops here and also click on backdrops here. Let's right click this backdrop and click on duplicate. Let's add our text. Game over. Let us make this a little big. Awesome. I'm gonna change the color to red. I'm gonna also change the color of this backdrop to dark blue. I'm also gonna rename this backdrop to Game Over. Awesome. Let's get started with the code. I'm gonna drag when this flag is clicked. Let's switch the backdrop to Blue Sky 2, which is the starting backdrop. Now let's go to the end sprite. And before stop all, let's change the backdrop to Game Over.
Let's play it. I'm gonna click on the green flag. Okay, I'm gonna try to get the basketball. Yay, it's bouncing. Oh, I missed. Game over. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Bye!